Is Sting finally ready to knock Ric Flair off his throne and become the NWA World Heavyweight Champion? Question: with Dusty Rhodes at their side, will the Road Warriors take revenge on the men who brutalized them, Ivan Koloff and the Powers of Pain? Question: are wrestling's new breed of young gladiators equipped with what it takes to be victorious on a day when anything goes? There are so many questions, and the time has finally come to find out the answers. Now, Superstation TBS presents Clash of the Champion.
Review the situation that you saw yesterday right here on Superstation TBS concerning Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA, and of course, Mr. Jim Crockett. And we're with Bob Caudle. And Bob, it's going to be one great program here today.
Tony, 100% right. The big crowd here in Greensboro, North Carolina, and our great NWA fans all across the country have anxiously been awaiting this Clash of the Champions. I tell you, Tony, and so have I. So what do you say?
Let's go down to Jim Ross at ringside.
Thank you very much, Bob Caudle and Tony Schiavone. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Ross down here at ringside. Tony Schiavone will be joining me down here in just a few moments. What an afternoon of wrestling excitement we're going to have live right here on the Superstation. Starting it off with the battle for the World Television Championship. And without any further ado, let's go up to ring announcer Tom Miller.
Ladies and gentlemen, this event, a one-fall match for the NWA World's TV title. For this contest, just like in amateur rules, a 1 count will count for a pinfall. There will be 3 5-minute periods with a 30-second rest period between the 5-minute periods. Introducing first, in the corner to my right, the challenger from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 236 pounds, accompanied by Miss Precious, gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. Television champion from Syracuse, New York, weighing in at 235 pounds, accompanied by Games Master Kevin Sullivan. Fans, this is Mike Rotundo. Referee for this event, Teddy Long.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with this television championship here live on the Superstation right after this very brief timeout.
This is the Clash of the Champions in our first event. As said before, for the World Television title. You know, Jim Ross, really a different type match in many ways here in this first event.
It certainly is, Tony. This match will be competed in 3 5-minute rounds. And one other very startling stipulation is the fact that it only takes a 1 count, as it does in amateur wrestling, to secure pinfall. So that's what we're looking at here. The television championship on the line, 3 5-minute rounds, a 1 count will get you a victory, and in Jimmy Garvin's case, a 1 count will get him the world's television title.
Good single leg takedown, Rotunda. We're going to see a lot of amateur wrestling moves here. And quickly they're back up. As you see the fans here at the Greensboro Coliseum. Now going to Jimmy Garvin quickly, getting his temper up. Teddy Long, the referee, pushing him back to the other corner. And Mike Rotunda, I think, complaining about pulling on the trunks.
Well, we certainly did not see that from our vantage point. Perhaps a little psychological warfare being initiated here at the outset. Boy, some very enthusiastic fans here in Greensboro at the Coliseum. The site of so many ACC basketball championship tournaments. The 1974 Final Four was played right here in Greensboro. And more importantly, for the National Wrestling Alliance, it will be the finals, the site of the finals of the Jim Crockett Sr. Memorial Cup, Saturday night, April 23rd.
Both men lock up one more time. Good. Arm drag, takedown. To a hip toss. Going to Jimmy Garvin now with a scoop slam. A hard slam. He goes right after it.
A series of 3 outstanding offensive maneuvers by a gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. Listen to this tremendous ovation of this great crowd here at the Greensboro Coliseum. And that's the best prize he could get right there. A big kiss from Precious. He may treasure that more than this World Championship belt, Tony, laying here beside us.
So much riding on this match, but not only that, you think about the direction that Kevin Sullivan has taken this man right here, the Varsity Club, really away from any type amateur rules that you can imagine. They've been disqualified more times you can count on both your hands. And right now, in an amateur-type rule match, it's really, I wouldn't think it's to their advantage.
Rotunda just pulled the hair there, which obviously does not happen in amateur wrestling. Matter of fact, I don't think I've ever seen an amateur wrestler with a hairstyle quite like gorgeous Jimmy Garvin's, as a matter of fact.
Side headlock from Rotunda, the champion. He goes right to the face that time with the right hand. Teddy Long trying to get a good look at it. Could not. Up against the ropes they go. Reversal. Garvin shot him in. And with a good elbow, he tries a pin. Did not get it. Now right there in evidence, if both those shoulders hit the mat, you're finished.
3 minutes have gone. 2 minutes left in the period.
So in the first 5-minute period, 2 minutes remain. 3 rounds.
Collar and elbow tie-up by gorgeous Jimmy Garvin into the side headlock, and Garvin trying to mount some offense here. You'll notice they're going to, I would think, a lot of mat wrestling here, Tony. The reason for that is quite obvious. You've got to get the man on the mat to pin him. It's only going to take a 1 count, so I got to think there's going to be a lot of mat wrestling in this particular contest for sure.
Tied up in a neutral corner, and it's Rotunda pushing Garvin in. Let's see if we get a clean break. Garvin shoves him down, coming out. And he's going right up in his face. Warning to the fist by Teddy Long, the referee. Both men still.
4 minutes gone. 1 minute left.
Okay, we're in the last minute of round number 1.
Remember, 3 5-minute periods. We are inside 60 seconds of the first period.
Got a good right hand in Rotunda that time. Oh, and he caught him right over the top rope. Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin now wreathing in pain, rolling across the mat, trying to get to his feet, and Rotunda stalks him as the fans watch on here in Greensboro.
Rotunda's burying the right hand.
Under 30 seconds now. Round number 1 of a 3-round match for the World TV title. He knocked him down. And gorgeous Jimmy Garvin doing the right thing. He rolled over on his front side, trying to get him over Rotunda. He's up against the ropes.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
is round number one. We'll have a 30-second rest period.
That's the end of the first period here, ladies and gentlemen. I think we have to say at this point in time, it has been a very evenly fought television championship contest. 30-second rest period is a rest period. It's not to get physically involved again, as we just saw Mike Rotunda. Referee Teddy Long is going to have to stand his ground here and make sure that Rotunda stays in his corner and not be preoccupied with Kevin Sullivan, which is very easily to do.
Here we go. We're getting ready to start period number 2. And we're underway for the second period. And quickly, it's Rotunda with the aggressiveness. He goes to the other corner with gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. He hit very hard that time. And now, with a pickup slam, down hard again.
That was a nice scoop slam by Mike Rotunda, who's getting to the top. If he can hit that one big move. But Garvin's on his feet. And Rotunda is body slam off the top rope.
Into period number 2. Notice the strategy. When either man realizes he's back on the mat, he'll roll over on his front side. Good backdrop that time. Rotunda trying to get up. He does. Garvin meets him. Sullivan's up on the apron of the ring. There he is. Garvin trying to set up for the brain buster. He has Precious.
He had him by the throat. And Jimmy Garvin has seen enough of that.
He was choking Precious.
There's the pin right there.
There it is. That one count, that quick. And Rotunda will retain the World Television title.
Jimmy Garvin just with a brain buster on Mike Rotunda. And now Garvin fighting back on Kevin Sullivan. But here's Rick Steiner.
Oh, she has seen enough. Precious. She's got the coat hanger.
She's trying to choke the life out of Kevin Sullivan. There is one woman that will stand by her man.
She has really just gone wild right here in the ring. Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin trying to get her out.
Sullivan. It's just like an animal, some creature. The choking didn't even affect him. He's trying to get his hands on Precious, and Jimmy Garvin has lost the match, but he has kept his woman, and he has kept her safely in this opening contest here at the Clash of the Champions.
There was no doubt not only what we saw here, but the weeks gone by. She had seen enough, had Precious as what's going on.
Rotunda has retained the belt, but look at that young woman. She had seen all she could stand. She had the two before, and eventually got the coat hanger, and brother, she tried to choke the life out of Kevin Sullivan.
Your winner, Mike Rotunda. He's still the champ.
Fans, it's a pleasure now for us to welcome back Dr. Death Steve Williams. Steve, a tremendously successful tour in Japan, but I know you had to have heard about Dusty Rhodes and that incident with Dusty.
Well, Bobby, I did have a great tour in Japan. I've been away for a while and I hear little things going on. It's like a war. You know, go on with your bad self, Dusty Rhodes. I don't blame you. Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA, good friends of mine. Let me tell you something, Dusty. Whatever you did and how you did it was so fine to me. And another thing, today we have the big match, Ric Flair and Sting. You know my predictions right now, I hope Sting wins the match, but it doesn't matter because I'm putting my name on the dotted line for the challenger of the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Look at electricity's in the air, excitement's in the air, as you can see it in Greensboro. Let me tell you, Dr. Death's back, and I'm gonna be like a bullet. And there ain't a Superman in NWA who's gonna stop me. I'm coming hard, I'm feeling good, and I'm as clean as I look. Because I've been in that weight room pumping that iron, running, doing what it takes to be a champion. As you know, Bob, I am a true champion. And another thing, one more thing. Ric Flair, you've been walking down that gold carpet. Well, now Dr. Death's back, and he's knocking on the door. Let me tell you, everybody in the world is watching today, and I'm putting my name on that dotted line. Bye-bye, take it there.
All right, Dr. Death, Steve Williams, and fans, we'll have our match for the United States Tag Team Championship. That'll be coming up next.
Ladies and gentlemen, here they are. Every mother's nightmare and every schoolgirl's dream. Beautiful Bobby and Sweet Stan, the Midnight Express.
Referee has called for the bell, and ring announcer Tom Miller best get out of that ring as fast as he can.
Boy, we had a feeling something like this would happen, because ever since these two teams have gotten together and we saw what happened on the Superstation, it has been nothing but pandemonium.
This baby is cooking for the United States Tag Team Championship. Remember, the Fantastics upset the Midnight Express. You saw last week right here on TBS. What an altercation they had at the end of the program. And baby, it is breaking down just like that right here in Greensboro.
He nailed Beautiful Bobby.
Get out of here with those chairs.
It's chairs, tables, everything on the outside. Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton have both Sweet Stan inside, and really double team it in. Double bounce up. And now they both go for Beautiful Bobby. And you recall, sorry Jim, you recall, Jim Cornette was a madman the last time he was near the Fantastics.
But I want to tell you something. These Fantastics just didn't come here to dance to rock and roll music and to look good. They came to fight, and that is exactly what they're doing right here.
Cornette held up the chair, and they really nailed Tommy Rogers. Bobby Fulton has Cornette on the run.
Well, I'll tell you, the chairs are flying. Cornette's four chairs. This thing is breaking off. Woo! Tommy Rogers just nailed Bobby Eaton with that steel chair. And referee Randy Anderson's got about as much control of this match as Festus did when Matt Dillon left town. There ain't no law and order here at all.
None. More chairs will be on the outside we've ever seen. And finally, some semblance of a tag team event is starting to take shape here.
Well, I want to tell you something. They got this crowd on their feet. They got Tony Schiavone on their feet also. Body slam, the Fantastics. What a rivalry we see developing right here between the Midnight Express and the Fantastics. And this one is for all the marbles. Upside down they go.
There's no doubt when teams come into the NWA, not many rise up near the top as quickly as the Fantastics have, Jim.
And they got here just in time to enter the Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup. And we'll have the top 10 seeds a little bit later in this live broadcast. But right now we have our hands full with the United States Tag Team Championship on the line here. And Cornette is still moving furniture. Well, he's got a total disdain, Tony, for Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton. There is no doubt about that.
Yeah, it all stems from what happened on Nationwide TV when the Fantastics came in a special challenge match and defeated the Midnight Express. Reversal by Rogers. You know, Bobby. Oh, what a move. Cornette exulting down at ringside. That was a great Midnight Express move.
That was a great tag team move. The blind tag, the opponent, in this case, Tommy Rogers did not see it. A great offensive move was executed perfectly by the Midnight Express. And this great crowd here at the red-hot Greensboro Coliseum, they're solidly behind the Fantastics. Even though Jim Cornette had a small faction of fans here in the front row.
Sweet stand leveling Tommy Rogers with that karate kick that makes a tag. And Beautiful Bobby now coming in. So right now, things going the way of the Midnight Express. And it took everything that they had to even get into the ring. Once the Fantastics had it. Oh, he uppercut him that time. Once the Fantastics arrived, it was Katie bar the door on the outside.
Depending on time limits, ladies and gentlemen, how the matches progress, we've got a couple of great standby matches. Shane Douglas challenging Larry Zbyszko, and Ricky Santana will take on Rick Steiner. According to the table that our judges will be sitting at in the World's Heavyweight Championship match, and Tommy Rogers' head was just ran right flush into it. And that may have been the break, Tony, that the Midnight Express needed to finish the Fantastics off right here.
But right now, temper and embarrassment is settling in, because after the table, you would think they would try to pin Tommy Rogers, but no, they're trying to inflict more punishment on him at this time. And now Rogers gets to his feet, and a shoulder block right to the midsection of Sweet Sam.
Wayne made a tag, and Bobby Eaton comes in and plants his own kind of offense. What a power slam! He's not known for his power moves, but that don't get any better than that one. All the way up to the top. This could be it right here. The big elbow off the top rope, but he has not covered him. Perhaps he should have covered him right there. He has made the tag.
Sweet stand. Going after Tommy Rogers one more time. Picks him up. Slams him down hard at the center of the mat once again.
A Salto suplex. And it was, I mean, very, very timely for the Midnight Express. And now they have cut the ring in half. Tommy Rogers has been cut out of the herd, so to speak, and being double-teamed legally and illegally by the Midnight Express.
Randy Anderson wanting Beautiful Bobby to get back in. Cornette gets the attention of the referee. And what a great double-team tag team move. And Bobby Fulton wants a piece of Bobby Eaton. He's got him by the hair. And that enables Sweet Stan to stop one more time right to the ribcage.
Tommy Rogers needs to make the tag, but he has been a long way from his corner. He's got to get back one or two moves. He's got to make a big move and get to his corner. He's fighting with us all he's got. What a battle for the United States title we've got going.
Right to the head goes Beautiful Bobby. Randy Anderson counting away. But the end result is a Tommy Rogers dangling on the neutral corner. There's Rogers. He's looking for Bobby Fulton, but he's nowhere to be found. He was chasing Cornette around the ring. Sunset flip. No referee at home.
Referee Randy Anderson was with Bobby Fulton, as you can see. Fulton out of position, should have stayed in his corner. In any event, that great offensive move by Tommy Rogers will go unnoticed by referee Randy Anderson. No count was exercised.
And now Sweet Stan got him right through the ropes, right to the floor. And quickly, Bobby Fulton over his man. The referee running him back. And this is going to be a wild scene right here. You can just feel it. Right on the table. Slam Tommy Rogers on the table.
Once again, the referee was with Bobby Fulton. And the Midnight Express, Jim Cornette feeling mighty good because The United States Tag Team Championship's on the line. And his team definitely has a major advantage at this point in the match.
Once again, down on the floor, we're coming to you live from the Greensboro Coliseum, the Clash of the Champions. A bulldog right on the table.
Can you believe that move?
What's amazing is that Rogers can even get to his knees. Many of the fans are concerned in ringside.
Darn right. I mean, there's a startled look on some people's faces. He just ran Rogers' face into the table with a bulldog. Tommy Rogers is a legal man out of the ring in this particular case. Once again, his partner going to help him. You can't blame Bobby Fulton for that.
Well, and you may be wondering why Randy Anderson continues to chase away Bobby Fulton. They are very close to the Midnight Express corner. He is a long way away from his corner, so they got to get him back in his part of the area, ring area.
Whether we like the rule or not, the man that is not legal should be in his corner. That's what tag team rules say. But again, you can't blame Bobby Fulton for letting his emotion get in the way of the rules, so to speak.
Right to the midsection goes Sweet Sam, and he caught him again. He is really nailed him right below the ribcage. You see a very injured Tommy Rogers right before you. Here's the double team move from the Midnight Express. They are really on a roll right now.
It looks like Rogers, either his nose has been busted or he's got a busted lip. One of the two. But boy, he has sustained an unbelievable amount of punishment at the hands of the Midnight Express in this battle for the United States Tag Team Championship.
And we said that he needed a tag desperately, even more so now. As you see, Rogers again to his feet when he's in the wrong corner. Sweet Stan! He leveled Sweet Stan and made the tag!
He made the tag! He made the tag! Yes, he made it! The referee didn't see it, but he made the tag! And Cornette's going to work with that racket! Uh-oh, that's going to cost him!
The referee
can't
won the
stand it!
tag.
He can't stand it any longer, Tony!
Cornette nailed his own man! Beautiful Bobby is down! The rocket launcher!
The referee was thrown over the top rope! Here's what? Pinfall! Bobby Fulton threw referee Randy Anderson over the top rope! And referee Tommy Young has counted the pinfall! The United States Tag Team Championship! Wait a minute!
There's Randy Anderson back in there. No. He's going to award the belts back to the Midnight Express for throwing him over the top rope. That's exactly, you can see it, what he's doing right there.
And now they are working. Cornette hit both referees with that loaded racket. The decision has been reversed. Oh, man.
The flapjack on Bobby Fulton.
They're taking his belt off. He's got that leather belt. Oh, they're lashing his back like an animal.
Cornette wants a few licks.
Oh, no.
This is horrible.
Look at him. He's taking the hide off of him. He's just lashing his back like an animal. There's no reason for that. Tommy Rogers back in there with a steel chair. But the Fantastics have been disqualified, Tony. And what has happened afterwards with that lashing? Look at Cornette still going nuts.
The Midnight Express retain the U.S. Tag Team belts. And there's a madman. Here's why. We're going to see Bobby Fulton throw the referee over the top. There it is.
That's a disqualification in anybody's book. The winners of the match by disqualification, the Midnight Express. But we got real involved after that, and Cornette, can you believe, lashing him with a leather belt? It's terrible.
When we come back, much more, including the top 10 seeds for the Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup.
Fans, what a wild and hectic time that last match was, and we've only just begun. Say, there's a big crowd here in the Greensboro Coliseum, and you can see the barbed wire now being erected around the ring in the background. That's for our Texas barbed wire match, which will be coming up in just a few minutes. Talking about the big crowd, a number of celebrities also here. A lot of us remember the old Leave It to Beaver television program. Well, the new Leave It to Beaver stars Eddie Haskell, and we'd like right now for all you folks to meet Eddie Haskell.
Hi, I'm Ken Osmond of the new Leave It to Beaver, and I'm inside the Greensboro Coliseum awaiting a man who I admire a great deal and who stands to inherit a great deal of money, Mr. James Cornette.
Osmond, how you doing, man?
All
Good
right.
to see you. You gonna stick around, huh?
Yeah, hey, listen, that's a fine-looking tennis racket you have
Well,
there.
thank you.
Hey, you know, I fancy myself as quite a tennis player.
Well, Letterman at Mayfield, you should be.
Hey, your mom has tennis courts up at her mansion, right?
Well,
Why
yeah.
don't I come up with you and we'll play a round of tennis?
Well, I don't. She's got time to put the ashtrays up, but promise she'll stay away from the silverware.
James, you wound me. You're listening to the babblings of a senile old bat.
Hey, let me tell you, she may be getting up there, but she's still loaded. So
Oh, listen, what I really wanted to talk to you about were those two finely honed wrestling guys.
The
that
Midnight Express, Beautiful Bobby and Sweet Stan, twin sons of different mothers, the greatest tag team in the world today. You got to meet them.
Oh, that's great. Hey, listen, back to your mom's mansion.
Okay.
Do you think that she could bring a blender out to the jacuzzi?
I guess she could, but you know something? She always told me when I was growing up, that Haskell boy, he has such fine manners. I want you to be just like him, and a lot of people say I am.
I admire your mom. She has such fine taste.
All right, fans, right now we want you to meet Al Perez and this man right here. Haven't seen him in a long time, Gary Hart. But Gary, I know whenever you're around, it's two things you're after: money and championships, which, of course, I guess championships bring money.
The main reason we're here this evening is because we wanted to be a part of this live, a telecast going across the nation. We also want to take this opportunity live before a capacity house and on national television once again to make a legitimate challenge to the American dream, Dusty Rhodes. You're going to have to take Al Perez serious. You're going to have to put the belt up because, like it or not, he's a legitimate contender, and we're here for you, one Dusty Rhodes. Al, why are we here? Make
Well, you
it
know,
very clear.
First of all, I want Dusty Rhodes to know I was watching the monitor when I saw him pull that baseball incident. Dusty, I want you to know when you train as long and as hard as I do for something as prestigious as that U.S. title, it's going to take a baseball bat to beat me. I want you to know that a gale storm cannot keep me from getting that title. Dusty, be ready because I'm coming after the U.S. title around my waist.
Let's just hope that they legalize baseball bats, Rhodes, because the only way you can put this man's shoulders down 1, 2, 3 to the mat is with a baseball bat. And remember, I invented the dirty deeds, brother.
Gary Hart and Al Perez. Fans, coming up April 22nd and 23rd. The 22nd in Greenville, South Carolina, and the finals on the 23rd of April in Greensboro, North Carolina, the Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup. What an event it's going to be. Right now, let's hear from Francis Crockett and the top 10 seeds now for the Jim Crockett Senior Cup.
Hello, I'm Frances Crockett, and I'm happy to be here on behalf of the Crockett family to announce the top 10 seeds for the Jim Crockett Memorial Cup. The top 10 seeds are: the 10th team is Ivan Koloff and Dick Murdoch. Number 9 is Sting and Ron Garvin, managed by Magnum TA. Number 8, the Varsity Club. Number 7, the Fantastics. Number 6, Barry Windham and Lex Luger. Number 5, the Powers of Pain. Number 4, the Midnight Express. Number 3, the Road Warriors. Number 2, Nikita Koloff and Dusty Rhodes. And number 1, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have the top 10 seeds for the Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup. The semifinals to be held in Greenville, South Carolina on April 22nd, and the finals in Greensboro, North Carolina on April 23rd. We'll see you there.
this timeout. And there you hear the chant from the fans directed towards, as much as anything else, Ivan Koloff and Paul Jones. This, I can tell you this right off the bat, Jim Ross, this, in many ways, is not going to be a pretty thing to look at.
No, it's not, Tony. Growing up in eastern Oklahoma, barbed wire was a way of life out on the farm. You kept animals in your property, on your land, with barbed wire. These men are humans. They're not animals, quite obviously. But they're going to have some animalistic tendencies to survive inside this Texas barbed wire matchup.
Well, and I've said it before, anytime the odds are stacked against Paul Jones, he'll try to pull something out of the hat. It was right here in the Greensboro Coliseum where they attacked the Road Warriors. Ivan Koloff got raked in the barbed wire already. So back at Greensboro, they're going at it. Chicago street fight style.
The barbed wire has been wrapped around the ring. It all started right here with a $50,000 bench press challenge. And for one of these teams, it could easily end right here inside this barbed wire.
Road Warrior Animal on the outside. He had chased Paul Jones. He and the Barbarian outside to the post. They go! And he nailed him with a steel post. Dusty Rhodes. You can only think about Dusty Rhodes and what happened the last time we saw him right here on Superstation TBS. The man is dressed for a fight here. The war paint is on him. And you got to think that eye still covered by that protective mask. It's got to be awfully dangerous for an animal to be in this.
You're exactly right, and this match has no sanction. It has no rules. One fall to a finish. They have put careers and everything on the line here. This is not a match that you want to sign. The career almost ended for the big man, Road Warrior Animal.
And Warlord is going after that eye.
Hawk's got Ivan Koloff high up in the air.
Hawk and the Road Warriors exploding. Down on Ivan Koloff. You said it's non-sanctioned. This is just for revenge purposes. To the back of the head they go. It's a pride. All right, now Ivan Koloff trying to put Dusty against the barbed wire. He's close.
Rhodes is fighting with everything he has not to have his face raped by the barbed wire, as has happened to Ivan Koloff already in this contest.
And he really got Dusty that time. Dusty is hurt. Right to the head again goes Ivan Koloff.
Koloff now biting the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. This match is certainly not for the weak at heart. It is not for the six-man titles. It is for revenge. It is for an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, and that's what we've got here.
The referee, as you notice, not inside. Nothing he can do except declare a winner. That's all he's there for. And it's not going to be a winner in many ways. It's going to be the last man standing. Left hand by Rhodes, the Warlord. As you see Paul Jones, Rhodes, a flip, flip, flop.
The bully from Austin, Texas, with big right hands and big clotheslines. And the Road Warriors are so physical. And there's a DDT by the Dream.
Right now, it's all Road Warriors and Dusty Rhodes. One more time. Hawk up on top. What's he going to try with the Warlord? He came out with a big right hand. Animal slamming the Barbarian. Right now, we haven't been long into this, but all six men are exhausted already.
All men in the ring at one time. No rules. This one cannot last long. There's no way. I mean, physically, for six big men, all in the 300-pound range, to physically assault each other. What a power slam by Animal. The Barbarian missed.
Look we predicted. It's not over. The helmet, the mask.
They've knocked the protective covering off of Road Warrior Animal. They have knocked, this is dangerous here. They've knocked the covering off of him. They're trying to take the eye.
You can see that eye still heavily taped right around the base of the orbital rim. And now they're going right at it. Trying to crack that bone one more time.
Ivan Koloff is whipping Hawk with a chain. But they're trying to take the eye. They're trying to injure this. Dusty Rhodes is up. The dream is up. Hawk has got the chain. Road Warrior Animal, they tried to re-injure the eye. They have hurt Road Warrior Animal once again, but the big man is getting to his feet.
And certainly hoping he can withstand what happened. We're going to take a look one more time, Jim Ross. Right off. That foot was right on target. Now, Dusty Rhodes and the Road Warriors have won the match already, but here's where they tried to end the man's career.
The match had ended. The Road Warriors and Rhodes had won it, but they tried to re-injure the eye. Ladies and gentlemen, the winners, Dusty Rhodes and the Road Warriors, and we'll be back with a special interview with Nikita Koloff right after this.
And we are live from Greensboro. Tony Schiavone and Jim Ross, and of course Bob Caudle. Excitement like this only in the NWA. And excitement like this only will you see on a program coming up to Superstation TBS. It's called NWA Main Event. And it starts, very first program is next Sunday, 5:35 Eastern Time, right here on the Superstation. Main Event, NWA Main Event. I'll be your host for that program. It's going to be great NWA action at its best each and every week right here on Superstation TBS. Now, we're going to go to Bob Caudle in just a minute with a very special guest. We have a lot more yet to come, though, on this program.
We got two championship matches. Remember, the NWA World Heavyweight Championship and the NWA World Tag Team Championship still to come here in the Clash of Champions. But right now, a new look. Nikita Koloff has returned. He's standing by with our colleague, Bob Caudle.
Welcome back after an extended absence to Nikita Koloff. A different look, Nikita Koloff.
Nikita Koloff, you see, I am different. There is nobody like Nikita Koloff. I am new breed Russian, you see. In the Soviet Union, Mikhail Gorbachev have the glasnost perestroika. Well, this is Nikita Koloff, glasnost perestroika. I wish I could say in the last 2 months that I have had a good time, just take it easy, but it's not true, you see. I have had much travel. I have talked to many young people in the past 2 months, and you know what I talk about? I talk about this right here. What is it?
Get high on sports, not drugs.
That's right. You see, I talk to young people about just how important it is to have good health for your life, you see. Because to me, life is very important and health is very important. Somebody close to me, each day I see fight for life. And when Kevin Sullivan come out here, when Dick Murdoch come out here, Mike Rotundo come out here and try to take my health from me and my life, then you see I become a fighter. And that's why I stand out here today. But you see Kevin Sullivan, he said, yeah, but Nikita, you don't have a belt no more. Well, that may be true. But you see, I don't need a belt to be a champion. That's right, Kevin Sullivan. I don't need a belt to be a champion. I have had every title you can have in the NWA, except for one. You know which one?
The World Heavyweight Championship.
World Heavyweight title, that's right. I don't care if it's Ric Flair. I don't care if it's Ron Garvin. I don't care if it should be Sting or even my super partner, Dusty Rhodes. Whoever is the World Heavyweight Champion, you have to know I'm going to be coming after you. I'm going to be in your face now. You see, and talking about Dusty Rhodes, that makes me think of what I see on TV last night. I come with Tony Blanchard. What is wrong with you? You not right up here, Tony Blanchard. Something wrong up here to attack my friend, Magnum TA. Tony Blanchard, all I have to say to you is you are very lucky not to walk away. If you walked away, I hope you did not. But you see, there's one thing I want to say before I go, and that is I want to let all the people know, just like all the great people right here in the Greensboro Coliseum, I want to let them know that the superpowers, Dusty Rhodes and Nikita Koloff, are going to be at the Crockett Cup, and we are going to defend the Crockett Cup with pride. It's a pleasure to be back. Spasibo.
New and different Nikita Koloff. And fans, when we come back, the World Tag Team Championship match.
Ladies and gentlemen, this event, a tag team match, one fall with a 30-minute time limit for the World's Tag Team Championship. Let's welcome the challengers. First, from Sweetwater, Texas, weighing in at 255 pounds, Barry Windham. And his team partner from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 277 pounds, the man they call the Total Package, Lex Luger. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the World's Tag Team Champions. First, from the state of Minnesota, weighing in at 251 pounds, the Enforcer, Arn Anderson. His team partner, from San Antonio, Texas, weighing in at 235 pounds, Tully Blanchard. They are accompanied by their manager and advisor, James J. Dillon. And your referee, Tommy Young.
For the NWA World Tag Team Belt. And what an explosion when Barry Windham and Lex Luger arrived at the Greensboro Coliseum from this gathering here today, Jim Ross.
It was really explosive. When the Twin Towers made their way to the ring. This match, a lot of controversy has surrounded the NWA World Tag Team Championship. The championship in general has had a lot of controversy. Initiated by Tully Blanchard and J.J. Dillon. We saw that yesterday here on TBS in that altercation with Magnum TA.
You know, Tully Blanchard is a very smart wrestler, but going after Luger like that, one-on-one, was not very smart. Now both men got him. Arn Anderson ducked out of the way. Nowhere to duck that time. Luger just leveled him.
He almost took him out of their shoes, Tony. Power slam by Luger, and the package is trying to make quick work of Tully Blanchard here.
Already he is in. The inverted backbreaker, the torture rack. And they go right to the knee. And that quickly, Arn Anderson saved the changing of the title.
Well, the thigh muscle is a four-headed muscle. And it is the largest muscle in the body. And Luger's thighs are obviously very well developed. That's what Anderson hit, like Charlie horsed it up to get Blanchard down. But now they're working on those massively developed legs of Lex Luger to try to tie those knots, knot up those giant muscles.
When we talk about Luger being the total package, a total athlete, we're talking about the ability to come back also. And here he comes again. Good, takedown one more time. Blanchard holding on, Anderson coming in. You talked about the controversy going on as Anderson is pushed into the corner. He knocks Blanchard to the floor. Both men are down.
This crowd here in Greensboro, so exuberant. The tag was made. Barry Windham is nailing it.
All right, Cross, Barry Windham right in the middle of what happened yesterday with Magnum TA, Dusty Rhodes. And now the Lariat.
He hit the lariat when he got the pin right away.
They have come after him with both guns loaded. They're going for the win again.
Magnum TA going for and concentration has kept the hold on. And no doubt he can't beat him out there, but what he can do is take a lot of the oxygen away from him. When he gets back in the ring, Blanchard's going to be at a disadvantage.
Anderson helping his partners. You see the fans here in Greensboro coming to you live on Superstation TBS for the Clash of the Champions, a championship match.
I'll tell you something. The finals of the Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup will be right here on Saturday night, April the 23rd. We could be looking at the finals right here, Tony.
We really could. Wyndham, roundhouse right on Blanchard. Holds him up with one hand. Up on top. And throws him across the ring.
What a body slam off the top rope. And a big right hand from Barry Windham. What a greeting to Arn Anderson. Right hand knocked him all the way off the floor.
Tommy Young would not allow that tag. Arn Anderson with his hands sticking through the ropes. Instead of on the outside, abdominal stretch now. Wyndham acknowledging the fans. JJ up on the edge of the apron. Here comes Arn Anderson. And he caught him with that hard left hand of his.
Hard left hand. J.J. Dillon. And what a DDT by Arn Anderson. J.J. Dillon distracted referee Tommy Young. Distract the referee in the championship match because he's going to be up in the rafters in the cage. Oh, what a move. This man, Blanchard and Anderson are deadly. And a near fall.
Wyndham will not give. Look at JJ. Head buried in the mat. He thought it was over. Anderson trying again. And one more time, Barry Windham gets up.
Both teams have hit the other with their best move.
That's right.
And the other team has come out of it. Put you in the tenor section of the choir in a hurry. Tag has been made.
5 minutes has elapsed in the time limit. 25 minutes remain.
So in this special TV time of 30 minutes, 25 minutes remain in this match. And Jim Ross, you got to agree, it's been 5 minutes of great tag team wrestling.
It has been 5 minutes at a breakneck pace. The question is, how long can they maintain it? Lateral press by Tully Blanchard, and now Barry Windham. The momentum has changed back in the favor of the Horseman, I would say. But Windham ducked it. Line press. Another near fall. What a dramatic contest this is.
Blanchard down, Windham over the top. They both collided. It looked like that time the back of Blanchard's head actually hit the side of the face of Barry Windham, and both men are down.
The referee will exercise now a 10 count. One or both men have the opportunity to get back to their feet in a wrestling position before the 10 count, and they both have done that.
Side head takeover, and now head scissors. Blanchard over the top. Windham underneath, the 2 count. He bridges up. Turns him over. Barry Windham taking him over. Short suplex.
The big Texan is reaching down into those size 13 cowboy boots. They came up with a side suplex that perhaps could change the momentum of this tag team championship event.
Anderson reaching in, made the tag. Here comes the enforcer with a hard left hand. Stands up Windham in the neutral cutter, and now working on the gut. 3 times, it goes to the midsection. Right to the arm again, twisting on it. A 3rd time, and really putting the pressure to Barry Windham.
He didn't use his right hand one time, Tony. Everything was that big, heavy left hand. Kick out by Barry Windham.
JJ. Giving some direction now to Arn Anderson. Look at James. That is a concerned face. As much I've ever seen from James Dingley.
The team that can keep their opponent from tagging the longest, I think, might win this one. Plus, you got to consider that one big mistake. Nobody has made it. Oh, both of them connected.
Windham falls also. I thought maybe Windham caught him first, but it was right at the same split second. The tag was made to Blanchard. Tully Blanchard with a slingshot. You can see it. Yes, he got him over. He thinks it's over. Here it is. The cover. No.
The people here cannot believe it, and quite frankly, neither can I.
Not many people can do that.
together. Anderson on his feet. He got a knee in. From where, I don't know. Luger to the other side. He got the tackle. Luger one more time. Blanchard caught him.
Blanchard buried the knee into the kidneys of Lex Luger. And the total package now is in trouble here.
A reversal. Power slam. Luger. Looking to the fans.
J.J. Dillon is very worried here at ringside.
And well, he should be. Now, all 4 men are in.
J.J.'s got a chair.
He's got a chair.
J.J. Dillon is almost in tears back in the ring. The bottom line is, right there you see them, the new tag team champions of the world, and the heavyweight championship will be on the line. It's the Nature Boy and the Stinger, and we got it for you coming up next.
World Tag Team Champions, Barry Windham and Lex Luger. What an electrified crowd that was here for that event.
And the electricity, it will not stop, ladies and gentlemen. The heavyweight championship of the world will be decided right here in this ring in just a few moments. We have our judges here at ringside right now. Let's begin our festivities and our introductions and go up to Tom Miller.
Ladies and gentlemen, this event, a one-fall match with a 45-minute time limit for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. For this event, there must be a winner. We do have judges outside the ring. Introducing to you right now our panel of judges. Gary Juster, of the member of board of directors of the National Wrestling Alliance. Former NWA professional wrestling star, Sandy Scott. The Pet of the Year, Patty Mullen. And someone you know and love from the hit television series, Ken Osmond, who portrays Eddie Haskell on the new Leave It to Beaver. Also, we'd like to welcome Jason Hervey, star of The Wonder Years. Ladies and gentlemen, one stipulation of this event, James J. Dillon will be suspended high above the ring for the duration of this match. Introducing now the challenger from Venice Beach, California, weighing in at 260 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sting. And now, the world's heavyweight champion 5 times over. Ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 242 pounds, the world's heavyweight champion from Charlotte, North Carolina, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
This one has a special television time limit of 1 fall or a 45-minute time limit, Tony. I want to add that for the fans. Because of television here, it's normally, of course, a 1-hour time limit, but because of TV, there's our judges that have a great deal resting on their judgment.
There's Jason Hervey of the Wonder Years, and there's a man, and this Sunday has not been going like James J. Dillon wants it.
A lot of people would say that's where he deserves to be, behind bars. Of course, I wouldn't say anything like that.
But I know James J. Dillon really has an eye on the NWA Board of Directors meetings that are going on this week, reviewing the incident that took place just yesterday right here on the Superstation concerning Dusty Rhodes.
And we could have a ruling on that as early as next Saturday right here on the Superstation. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. We've waited for it. All the talking is over. The styling and profiling has ended.
One thing Sting has done, Jim, and he, as you take a look at the beautiful Patty Mullen, Jason Hervey, you know, and that is not back down from Ric Flair and his screams. You could tell there are a lot of people around here with their face painted up. Sting has really become a folk hero in many people's eyes.
Nice kip up for a 270-pounder, Tony.
And he and Flair, as Tommy Young gets rid of some of the debris, he and Flair have had some of the greatest matches we've ever seen. They're no strangers to each other. And this one is in front of a nationwide audience.
Ric Flair still in the apex of his career. The Stinger is rapidly approaching that superstar status. And if he can rack up a victory right here, no doubt that will definitely put him over the hump, because he will then be the one and only heavyweight champion of the world.
Flair trying a little intimidation right there on Sting. You can hear him. Sting, the big man, coming back though. Both men up on top now. Sting with all that power as the judges look on. Down goes Flair. And Flair smartly to the ropes.
J.J. Dillon's probably got the best seat in the house. High above ringside. There you see J.J. Dillon in that birdcage.
Right. To the right of your screen up top, Flair very cautious against Sting. Flair has, even though he has a lot of confidence, you can tell the way Flair talks, has a lot of respect for Sting.
It's going to be interesting to see the pacing in this match. Flair is one that can certainly dictate the pace in a wrestling match. His championship on the line, you got to think that he's going to dictate the pace here. And I don't think that this will be too... Flair is a strong, strong man. But the Stinger, I got to believe, will have the edge in the tail of the tape as far as the strength is concerned in this one.
And Flair knows it, but what also Sting has to realize, if Flair gets in this situation, Flair will have a trick up his sleeve. Like right there. Oh! Didn't phase it.
The Stinger walked right out of the corner. He took Flair's best shot. And the champion, great drop kick by the Stinger, was up, really up on the lights that time. And the heavyweight champion of the world is regrouping on the outside of the ring.
Tommy Young encouraging the champion to get back in.
Flair thinking, taking his time, perhaps attempting to break the concentration of the Stinger. he has certainly stopped the momentum that Sting was trying to build by leaving the ring and going to the outside. Much like a basketball team, like Villanova tried to calm down the Oklahoma Sooners yesterday. Call a timeout. It didn't work. Perhaps it won't work here with a Stinger as well.
Side headlock, the champion with Sting on the other end of that. Flair reverses. Good reversal, go behind to a hammerlock. Flair, but it's Sting holding on. Good reversal by Sting.
A great wrestling exchange by these two phenomenal athletes here, with the Stinger coming out ahead. Sting has the age and perhaps in the youth, perhaps in enthusiasm. Flair, of course, has been the unparalleled heavyweight champion of the world on 5 different occasions.
Pushing at the face now. Flair trying to get Sting back to the rope. Sting will not budge an inch now. But now there you go. Sting walking forward. Once again, Flair trying to work into the corner of the ropes. Whatever he can to get out of it. There he goes. Back to the ropes. And now Tommy Young calling for a break. Flair wanting Sting to let go. Sting has that right arm wrapped around Flair's left wrist. Flair right to the midsection. What a shot. Stands him up straight with that one. Side headlock again. Sting shoots him to the other side. Takes him down. Goes Flair over the top. A leapfrog by Sting. Flair over the top. Sting, another leapfrog.
Oh, yeah! He's got him. He's got him up. Boy, that's a gorilla slam. A gorilla.
Blind head scissors. Taking Flair over. And a hip toss. All right, Chad Miller with our ring announcement. We have 40 minutes to go.
A long, long time left in this one. I don't think it's going to go 40 minutes, I'll tell you that right now. I think it's a 3 count. And the Stinger, I know, has got a great game plan. I talked with him before we went on the air today. I tried to have a conversation with the Nature Boy. Very close, tight-lipped was the champion. You got to think he's really bearing down and thinking on this one.
Sting holding on. We announced earlier if this match would end before this program is over. We do have some standby matches. Larry Zbyszko and Shane Douglas for the Western States title. Ricky Santana against Rick Steiner. Those are still with us if need be on standby matches. And a good knockdown by Sting. Goes right to the side headlock. You know, wrestling so much like other sports based on momentum. And I would think because his 2 close friends, Barry Windham and Lex Luger, winning the World Tag Team title just minutes before would give Sting a lot of momentum coming in.
Exactly, a lot of momentum, and certainly the Horseman dressing room a few moments ago was not a happy sight.
That's right.
And Flair just left there. So we wonder how much that would affect his concentration in this match. I don't want to turn anybody off, but he chopped Sting so hard a while ago in the chest that Sting has a small laceration on his pectoral muscle from that impact of that tremendous chop of Ric Flair.
To the other side, Sting knocks him down one more time. Over the top of Flair he goes. Flair tried to hip toss, Sting reversed it. And Sting came up with it. Goes right under Flair again, and now to a side headlock. A 2 count. Almost got him. Almost got him sleeping right
yes,
there.
he did. The Stinger went right for the pin there, and he is controlling the action here. Side headlock. Now the Stinger is, again, controlling the pace here. But Flair, the superb veteran, as I said, I really think he's unparalleled. And he's certainly at an advantage. There's his helper, his advisor, who's going to have a heck of a time giving anybody any advice about 30 or 40 feet up in the air.
And as much as anything else, his attention diverter. Because James J. Dillon is a master, as he's coaching Flair on right there, of getting the referee's attention. And Sting knows that as well as anybody else. Still holding on. Got a 2 count right there. Flair tried the hair, but Tommy Young quickly to break it up.
Flair's got his hands in his tights. Referee with a 2 count here. Flair he's not above taking any shortcut necessary to retain the championship of the world.
And it's a tough job for Tommy Young, because when the man rolls over and his shoulders are at the mat, your prime responsibility is to look at the shoulders and not at the tights.
That's right. That's what they're trained to do. Back both men trying to rise to a base. Sting has done so with a side headlock firmly secured around the head of the heavyweight champion of the world. And the Stinger goes for the ride. Football tackle, down goes Flair.
Oh, great move.
Flair thought he was going to obviously do something else. He thought he had evaded him, but Sting went right down on top of him with a headlock.
Sting has not been reluctant to take the first hold. When Flair is down, Sting will go get him. A lot of people have let Flair get up, and that's been a mistake. But that's one thing Sting has not done here in this match.
You know, you'd have to think with Sting's size advantage and strength advantage that Flair, when he does get on the offense, is going to want Sting to be off his feet.
Right.
Wrestling on the mat. And Flair is a tremendous mat wrestler. And the Stinger, on the other hand, is using this headlock. He's not going to win the match with a headlock. But what he's doing, as strong as he is, he can take an elementary maneuver like the headlock, and with his great strength, turn it into a very punishing maneuver.
All right, right in the neutral corner right in front of us here. Sting in a vulnerable position because this is where Flair is so tough. Sting back there. Flair goes right to the midsection and crossed him. Sting straddles Flair. Looks over the fans. Live here in Greensboro. And thought better of it. But Flair getting the up. He blocked it. And caught him with a big right hand. One more time. Flair back to the other neutral corner. Sting throws him out with a hip toss. Oh, and Flair too smart for that. But those blows by Sting took its toll on Flair.
Flair moved out of the way very quickly, but the Nature Boy has sustained a great deal of punishment. And it's time now for both these athletes. Even with J.J. Dillon's encouragement, there's no way that Flair can even hear him above this tremendous crowd here in Greensboro. And the Stinger up right back in the ring.
That, two things, was a smart move and a big break for Sting that he was able to land on his feet. You get Flair outside, he's trouble.
He didn't hit him well ago when he had in this position, but as J.J. Dillon looks on, the Stinger is hammering those right hands at the head of the champion of the world.
Right to the midsection again. Side headlock. Sting takes him down.
Nice, authoritative takedown by the Stinger. Once again, with those massive arms, his great upper body strength as our judges. There's Patty Mullen looking very intently at this action. I'm sure she's used to seeing some action, but this is real action. This is for the heavyweight championship of the world.
How about it, champ?
The Stinger's got the side headlock. All the action we need is right there in the ring, and Ric Flair in this match again has been on the defensive and reacting to Sting's maneuvers more than he's been on the offense.
Still holding out of the trucks now. Side headlock. And Tommy Young trying to get over to see it, but Flair, the cagey veteran he is, would not allow it.
That's got to be very annoying to Sting to get turned from his advantage onto his shoulders, knowing it's going to be probably broken by the referee.
So we're past the 10-minute mark of this 45-minute television time limit for the World Heavyweight title. Sting and Flair, and you know, the judges here at ringside, this one's got to be awfully tough to call. There you see them.
Well, they're very intense over here. The judges, no doubt, this match has been very closely contested, and we have had very few near falls. So they're going to have to go right now with where the momentum is, and I think at this point in time, we can say that the Stinger has the advantage, Tony.
Well, we talked about Sting going right after Flair. That was the great equalizer. That really caught him. Sting has been able to absorb a lot of blows, but he didn't absorb that one.
No, he couldn't. Flair caught him flush with that blow right to the ribs and that massive chop. Flair's chops are legendary in this sport. Right to the sternum area.
And Sting returns. He returns again. He kicks him a second time. Make it 3, and now to the ropes. Up high.
What strength this young man has from Venice Beach. 270-pounder has just slammed Flair from well over 6 feet in the air. And Flair is hurting for certain here in the squared circle.
To the other side again. Sting catches him in a bear hug around the small of the back. Those biceps wrapped around Flair's body. The forearms.
That power slam, or the press slam, excuse me, Tony, really took its toll on Flair. And Sting, sensing that, has gone right to the bear hug, which obviously is going to put even more punishment, inflict more pain on the lower back of the Nature Boy.
An advantage that Sting has here as he cinches up one more time. He has wrestled Flair before, and when you do that, you can only learn more about the champion. It's not like it was his first time against Flair.
How long can he hold this bear hug? Flair, this has really got to be excruciating on his lower back. And let's see if Sting will move away from his headlock that he was using as his primary offensive weapon and go to moves that's going to work on the lower back. And it isn't amazing that the Scorpion Deathlock also affects the lower back because it's in a Boston Crab-like position.
That's a good point. It really does. So Sting really having the champ. And you're right. You know, you said the momentum has to be with Sting right now. And if they needed to call it, the judges needed to call it, then it would go to Sting. But Flair not finished yet. One thing about the champ, and I've seen it over the years, he can take punishment better than anybody, really.
He's very resilient. There's no doubt about it. And Flair trying to get to the ropes, which would necessitate a break. Look at the great position the official's in.
Flair trying to get there. Sting pushing off, using the leg muscles. JJ, I doubt with the way the fans are screaming.
15 minutes is elapsed in the time limit. 30 minutes remain.
So a half an hour to go. I'm going to say Flair cannot hear James J. Dillon at all.
We can barely hear each other, Tony. We're sitting here beside each other here at ringside. Sting keeping on the pressure with a bear hug. You don't have to be standing to maintain the pressure of the bear hug. But Flair looked very, very aware of his positions of his shoulder, keeping his arms extended so the referee cannot count him out. Great camera shot. Tremendous job by all of our camera people, looking right over the shoulder of the judges here at ringside.
Oh, God! And I want to kill! Oh, God, my back!
You heard Flair. His back is really in a bad way right now.
Couple of heavy-duty offensive maneuvers by Sting, and then that massive press slam really took a toll on the Nature Boy. And a little frustration there by the Stinger. He's not working on the back when he's doing that.
There you go. He got up, and you can thank Sting for it. Not one to criticize the young man, but he let him up. Oh, he hit the back. Once again, Ric Flair, one step ahead. And even though Flair goes face down, Sting really hurt right below that elbow, that tendon connecting the tricep to the elbow.
Remember, before Sting hit the ropes, or before he hit the corner, the Nature Boy went into that corner with a tremendous amount of velocity. And this great crowd here at the Greensboro Coliseum really getting on their feet and really getting behind Sting.
Flair, both men are hurt. But it's Sting again. Up he goes.
Big right hand, but the Nature Boy retaliates with an inverted atomic drop. And that one, I will promise you, will slow you down to a snail's pace. But now the key here is, how quick can Flair get back on the attack? How quick can he shake the cobwebs loose and inflict some more punishment on the Stinger?
Sting just wreathing in pain. Flair now, we talk about outside. This is Flair's territory. It's no man's land, and it's where Ric Flair really gets in trouble.
This is his yard right here. This is his domain. Right into the railing. Right into the steel railing that surrounds the ring here.
You know, you got to go back to the time where Sting... Oh, one more time. Jim, you got to think about Flair was screaming, my back, my back. Sting got up. And now all of a sudden, 2 minutes later, it's all Ric Flair.
Flair really, I think, trying to make a point here and reinforce a point to that man, Sting, because Flair normally likes to work on the lower body. for the figure four. Weaken the legs, working the figure four. Right here, he's showing Sting what it's like to have your back worked on and have your back worked on by the master.
Flair chopping him, those chops, which did not register on Sting, really taking his toll right now. Oh, to the other turnbuckle. That shook the ring. Sting drops to his knees and goes face first on the mat.
Flair now standing over his fallen challenger for the heavyweight championship of the world. And you're seeing it live, exclusively here on TBS during the Clash of Champions.
Again, Flair, smirk on his face now. One more time, the back. So almost in a touche type move, it's now Sting with the bad back. It's now Sting wreathing in pain, and Flair relentless pressure.
Our three celebrity judges here at ringside are looking on in utter amazement. They have never seen, no doubt, the physical confrontation and the physical hand-to-hand combat that we are witnessing right here with wrestling's richest prize on the line, the National Wrestling Alliance Heavyweight Championship of the world.
Flair back in the corner, measuring up Sting. That knee pad right down across the forehead. One more time, Flair to the corner. There he goes. And again, caught him that time. Right on the bridge of the nose. Rakes him across the back. Sting's in major trouble right now.
Flair showing that mean streak. He laughs and he talks in his interviews. He's a very outgoing, gregarious individual. But let me tell you something. He has said it, and I will say amen to it. He is the dirtiest player in the game.
1 minute has elapsed from the time limit. 25 minutes remain.
We are approaching the halfway point of this match. Sting, all they need to do right now is try to regain his senses and try to stay away from Flair for a couple of moments. Flair just shoves him into the corner. Oh, and he chops him. That was right on target, and now right to the upper lip with that one.
Right hand really nails Sting right on the button. And the Stinger's trying to shake it loose. Get away from Flair for a few moments to shake it loose, but the champion will have none of that. And throws him once again to where it all started, where the downfall, the momentum went back to Flair's favor was when they went outside the last time.
He's got a chair, I think. Tommy Young wrestled the chair from Ric Flair. Flair was ready to put Sting out of the sport. Still, with Sting just draped on the apron. Flair with a series of right hands. One more time.
Right into the steel railing. And that's the third or fourth time that has happened. And it's happened every time to Sting. And that steel is obviously not going to give very darn much.
You know, Jim, you'll agree with me. Action and intensity like this, only in the NWA, this is what being a world heavyweight champion is all about.
And this is the kind of action, this kind of intensity, Tony, on the big program debuting next week here. NWA Main Event debuting next Sunday afternoon. Main event calendar matches. And baby, this one's a main event anywhere in the world.
In comes Sting, and that's the safest place for him to be with Flair is inside of the ring, because Flair can just obliterate you outside. Flair's giving it all right now. As you see, we're live from Greensboro. Flair is just chopping Sting, elbow drops, and Sting still was able to get a shot in. Look at Sting again. He's coming back.
The Stinger is reaching down. He is pumped. Flair has got it. Flair looking on in utter bewilderment. And the Stinger with a big right hand. And Flair went over to the concrete himself.
Tommy Young says the momentum carrying over. The match will continue. No over-the-top disqualification. Sting letting his temper get away from him now. Oh, he hit it. He hit the post.
Not a good move. Not a sound move. Very, very high risk. If you hit it, you got him out on the floor. You can't beat him out there. If you miss it, you end up in big, big trouble. And you don't want to dig a hole for yourself against Ric Flair.
You got to take chances in this sport to win many times, but you shouldn't take them against Ric Flair too often. He did, and once again, Flair with the definite advantage. experience. You see J.J. Dillon still secured in that cage, high above the corner to our left here.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
Not at all. He is no factor in this match at all. His World Tag Team Champions just lost moments ago the NWA World Tag Team belts to Barry Windham and Lex Luger. Now what about the man who is the leader, so to speak, of the Horsemen, Ric Flair?
No doubt the Horsemen put their hands together, rallied around a little bit before Flair came out here. So maybe it's going to work in Flair's favor. I don't know if he needs any advantages or any breaks. He is as good as there is in this sport. In my opinion, the best in the sport. He's a champion of the world, but the Stinger is back on his feet, and perhaps the momentum could be changing. But no.
Look at it, got back up. The fire is there with Sting. Right hands to the head. A knee, a chokehold. Sting climbing the ropes again.
I've been at ringside a lot of matches, Tony. I would not want to be a judge, I'll tell you that right now. This one is too close to call.
Over he goes. Cody with a clothesline. 1, 2, oh. The clothesline almost changed the title.
A 2 count, and now Sting firing right back up.
Flair trying to squirm out of the ring. Sting gets him by the nape of the neck. And now trying an outside-in suplex. See if he can do it. Yes, has him up.
Standing vertical suplex brought him right back into the middle of the ring. The Stinger looking at this crowd. Is it time for the Scorpion Deathlock? He's going to go for it. Can he turn him over?
25 minutes has elapsed. 20 minutes remain.
Too close to the ropes at the 25-minute mark.
The Stinger at the 25-minute mark tried the first time to utilize his favorite maneuver, the Scorpion Deathlock. Flair has obviously felt that maneuver, as we all know, and got to the ropes as quickly as he possibly could.
Sting thought it was the right moment, and probably was. But Sting was too close, and JJ is really worried sick right now. He's got to be.
You realize if Flair loses the championship, that this would be, without a doubt, the worst day in the history of the Four Horsemen of Wrestling.
No doubt. It would be a real black Sunday, so to speak.
Sting very methodical here now. He does not want to make any mistakes, and he wants to keep the advantage. But Flair turned the tables, but look at the Stinger! Maybe the nerve innings have just been beat to death because he has been hammered in the chest.
Top of the head, flat down, rolls him over. Flair's underneath the ropes. Well, he put it on top of the leg was underneath the rope anyway, so it should have been a break.
Yep, that's exactly right. Flair took the easy but the smart way out. High beat on the corner, and the Stinger went for the clothesline. His own momentum took him all the way over the top rope, and there's nowhere to go but down to the concrete.
Flair can make you think you got him at his last breath. He can make you think that. And then all of a sudden, Flair has the advantage.
Flair hanging Sting on the top rope there. But look at the Stinger. He didn't even wrestle. This man said he doesn't even feel the pain. He's on the top.
Got him. No, sir. I think maybe Sting may have lost a little bit of concentration right there.
One thing he hasn't lost is his enthusiasm or his will to win. It is growing stronger and stronger by the moment. But there's the Nature Boy. Is he going downstairs? Yes, he is. I mentioned it earlier in the match. That's usually his M.O. Work on the knees because they're so delicate, and it sets it up so perfectly for his patent figure 4 leg lock.
And you said get the big man off his feet if you're Ric Flair, and that's what that move was designed for. Over halfway in this 45-minute time limit. Sting and Flair. Jim.
We'll see how Flair now capitalizes on it. He has a million ways to further incapacitate a leg once he can initiate the punishment. He will go through a series of offensive moves that will methodically take that knee apart if the Stinger's not careful.
But you don't think this really worked on Flair? Flair had to walk away from it just a moment ago to catch his breath, to give himself another second before he could go back at him. Catches him with that right cross one more time. Looking out at the fans, we can see the pain on the face of Sting. Flair seemingly feeling he has it in control. One more time to the knee. Here it is.
Oh.
Got him.
Right across the shin bone.
Same type maneuver. Flair bounces up.
I thought he was going to come off on him right there. The Stinger, you can see him hole in his leg. His knee has been punished unmercifully by the heavyweight champion of the world. And I can promise you, Flair is going to show absolutely zero mercy. Ain't going to happen.
Sting hobbling around. Flair does not worry about the disqualification rule. Disqualification would be in his favor. Right to a knee. So, twofold. He'll try to defend the title, but in the same time, if he has to take the man out, he'll do it.
I think what he wants to do here is once and for all prove that he is the better athlete than Sting.
The Clash of the Champions, live from Greensboro. Sting trying to get up. Cannot.
He's trying to get to a base. The Stinger's got a great fighting heart, but Flair...
30 minutes has elapsed at the time limit. 15 minutes remain.
Well, 15 minutes to go. Belly to back suplex. And now Flair. The figure four.
The Nature Boy communicating with his crowd. And yes, he has locked it in. And Sting is in the middle of the ring. I don't think the Stinger can reach the ropes.
Well, and Sting has had a lot of pressure on that knee. On the shin. He can't take much of this. JJ thinks it's over.
JJ is a happy man up in that cage. Referee Tommy Young. That's a heck of a position. You got to be down there to count the shoulders or to hear if the guy's going to give up.
That's right.
In the meantime, the champion is going to use the ropes to his advantage. Right there. The referee's not in bad position, really. But that's how good Flair is at camouflage.
Now looks at Flair. Flair knows where everything is at all times. Sting bounces back up again. Flair feeling good, too. He really has it locked in. You can see that right foot.
You get the great athletes in this position. Remember St. Louis, Missouri, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. He would not give up, right? But the knee had been hurt before he ever got there. Flair has done basically the same thing to this kid here. He has worked and worked and worked on the knee in the last several minutes, and now he has his hold on it in the middle of the ring.
It was a pain that caused Dusty to black out 2 years ago, and that caused the pin. What will happen here?
Because this kid, as you know, Tony, will not give up. He's made out a lot of the same stuff, the American Dream. He will not give up.
And he's moving Flair away from the ropes. What a great maneuver. Flair cannot reach the ropes. Here he goes. He's going to try to turn him. You can feel it. The fans can feel it. Here he goes.
The advantage will turn this if he can put Flair on his stomach. This crowd almost getting out of their seats and pushing with him. He's done it! And now Tommy Young must ask the Nature Boy if he wants to submit.
Flair on the receiving end of this reversal of the figure four leg lock. Now that right leg bent back. As you can see, the pressure on him. Finally, it's broken. And Flair, that knee, really took its toll.
Excuse me, Tony, it might not be the only thing that's broken. Flair and the Stinger have both stretched and pulled on those ligaments of each other's knee. It remains to be seen exactly how much damage has been inflicted, but both men having a lot of problems walking.
Flair, the first man up, goes right to the knee one more time. Sting can barely stand up. He's just holding on in ropes right now. It's the only way he can be on his feet, holding on. Flair has him by the hair.
Oh, no.
Here it goes.
I thought he was taking him outside.
What is he going to try to do, for goodness sake?
He suplexed him on the concrete. My God,
that's what he's going to try to do.
No. No.
He's going to try to do it. Flair's going to try to take them in his career right here. Sting reversed it. He has it up.
He fell back. He did not have his balance. He took a lot of punishment, that suplex himself.
That's right.
But the great thing was the tremendous strength that Sting just exemplified. And Flair with both knees into the abdomen of Sting. Flair thinks all the time, on his back, on his feet, wherever. He never quits thinking.
He never quits thinking, and he also makes you think he's at his last breath. He's done it a couple of times. Sting thinking, I got him. Flair looking at him like, I'm finished. It's over. The knees come up. Catches it.
Flair now limping toward his fallen challenger. As we watch the battle for the heavyweight championship of the world live here on the Clash of Champions on the Superstation TBS.
Sting hooks him, and he has it.
That was a great reversal by the Stinger to go underneath Flair and get on the attack here with this abdominal stretch.
Flair trying to shut out the pain right now. Tommy Young checking in. A move like this, much more effective.
35 minutes has elapsed. 10 minutes remain.
A move like this, much more effective in the later stages of the match.
That's right, and Flair with the elbow, the Stinger moved out of the way. Perhaps it was instinct or quickness, whatever the reason. The Stinger moved out of the way, and now both men fighting to get back to their feet, and that's how hard this one has been competed, Tony. It's a battle just to get back to your feet.
That's right. Flair outside. Sting trying to get to his feet. Sting's up, hobbling over. He put him with a gut shot. Has him up.
Right above the judges, and our vantage point here. Oh, right over, out to the middle of the ring. What power the Stinger exemplified there. Near fall, my gosh. That's when it just pulls your guts out. And now Stinger is pulling Flair out.
Sting letting his temper now carry him away. Outside, oh no. Oh no.
Man, oh man, oh man. I'll tell you something. This one is physical.
Any momentum Flair may have had, you can kiss a goodbye for the next couple of minutes.
J.J. Dillon wants a disqualification. And he's an authority on breaking rules and getting disqualified.
That's right. And now Sting. They're going to hook it in again. No, figure four.
Can you believe it? He didn't go for the scorpion. He wants to beat Ric Flair with Flair's hold. Boy, that would go in the record book, wouldn't it?
It really was.
The Stinger beats Flair with Flair's own figure four for the heavyweight championship of the world.
And right now it's looking good for Sting because Flair is nowhere near a rope. And he really is right dead in the center of the ring. Tommy Young asking Ric Flair. And now Flair trying to squirm towards the rope. A 2 count, and the champion hops up.
Flair in a tremendous amount of pain. And this crowd seemingly has fueled Sting with newfound enthusiasm and new energy. His second wind, as the old saying goes. And the Stinger right now is controlling this one.
The youngster out of Venice Beach, California, giving it his all. Miss Patty Mullen looking on. She looks like she is in just complete amazement at the caliber of athletes of the NWA.
The National Wrestling Alliance is made up of the greatest athletes in professional wrestling. This is it right here, and you're seeing a real battle. And we're so happy you're here with us live on the Superstation.
Flair finally got to the ropes. The break is made.
Now you know how to party or
Now
what?
Sting.
JJ heard that, I'm sure. Sting has Flair back into the corner, up on the second rope. Big right hands right to the forehead of the champion.
Sting has him with a hip toss. Oh, there he goes. Flair asking for a couple of minutes here. Sting's not going to give it to him. Top of the head again. One more time. Flair cannot even stand up. Stomping on the knee.
Stomping on the knee that has had the figure four. I mean, entwined in the figure four. And now the Stinger brings Flair right out of the corner. The leg on the bottom rope.
Standing on the ankle. Flair. Pushing Tony on, who returned it. Sting going right over the champion again. To the other side. Flair goes right off.
He went over the top of the judges. He flew over the top of the judges. What velocity from the Stinger. And Flair went over and over the top of the judges. I've never seen anything like it.
Flair as the judges quickly out of their seats.
Their scorecards. They're trying to grab their scorecards while they're still there. Outside here, they've broken the table. The judges have scattered, and Flair's brains are scattered on that steel post all the way out into the crowd.
Sting grabbing Flair by the hair. Outside, the battle rages on. The World Heavyweight title.
Flair
40 minutes has left. 5 minutes remain. 5 minutes.
We are at the last 5 minutes of the match. Flair trying to sunset flip. Sting, yes! Boom! Another win. Possibly 4th, 5th win of the match.
The #1 contender for the heavyweight championship is taking it to the champion. The world's title is definitely hanging in the balance as Flair's head is raked along the top table and the Stinger is on fire. With less than 5 minutes to go.
He needs to kick it in gear right here. Now's his time. Nationwide audience. Superstation TBS. Live. Greensboro, the Clash of the Champions. Sting can be the heavyweight champion of the world, but it's got to happen now.
Stinger up on that second rope. He's got to put a flurry together and lock on that scorpion in the middle of the ring.
4 minutes remain.
You heard John Miller. 4 minutes. No effect that time. Leveled him. He was the pin.
He may have it right here.
The foot on the rope.
A near fall. And if Flair was 6 more inches out in the middle of the ring, he would not have been able to get out of that one.
Fans at ringside, and I know across the country, out of breath with that one. Here he comes. Nobody home.
Oh, Lord, all the way over the top. He went for the pre-Scorpion deathlock splash in the corner. And the champion moved out of the way, and that kid hit his head. The back of his head went all the way over and down to the concrete.
James J. Dillon. He's probably dreamed as well as everybody else, and as well as we are right here. As well as that man is.
3 minutes remain.
3-minute mark. Sting, if he wants to be world champion, has to go for it now. But Flair reaches down to get him. What a title event.
What a battle, what physical confrontation. Two of the most superb athletes in the history of professional wrestling have got it all right here. And both of them, what a collision.
Sleeper hold for the champion. You don't see that much. Sting going forward. Both men down now.
Flair went face first into the top turnbuckle. Time is rapidly running out in this battle for the heavyweight championship of the world.
Out goes Sting onto the floor. Quickly he tries to come back. Oh, shoulder block to the midsection. Over the top. Sting trying to get him over.
2 minutes. 2 minutes remain.
championship of the world, Tony. Oh, yeah, up and over.
Momentum Flair up the other side. Sting rolling over.
Man, we're talking inches here. We're talking inches from having a new heavyweight champion of the world.
A 2 3/4 count right there.
Oh, yeah, what punishment. What physical confrontation. This would have been a classic.
Fans, 1 minute. 1 minute.
The last minute of the match. What a titanic, a gigantic, an incredible battle we have seen.
45 seconds.
Paparazzi Flair went into the corner. The Stinger hit him. He nailed it.
Here we go. Here we go. Here it comes. Here it comes. With 30 seconds, it's locked in. Can Flair hold on for 30 seconds?
We're 30 seconds and counting here.
20 seconds.
Flair, he's got the Scorpion Deathlock. The Stinger trying to put him away right here.
Flair, hold on.
9, 8, 7, 6,
He won't give up. He won't give up. What a battle, Tony. The National Wrestling Alliance and two of the greatest, the heavyweight champion of the world and the #1 contender. It is, they have gone to television 45 minutes, and now it's up to the judges here at ringside to render the decision.
You know, Tommy Young walked over, looking at us, and he never gave up. He never gave up. No, he didn't. There you see Sandy Scott.
The fans here anxious to hear the judge's decision as they lower J.J. Dillon down from the cage. I think we have to take our hats off and a salute to two of the most intense, two of the most phenomenal athletes I personally have ever seen.
We'll be back.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Tommy Young has secured the decision of the judges. Referee Young, if you will. Judge Patty Mullen has scored the match for the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Judge Gary Juster has scored the match for Sting. Judge Sandy Scott has declared the match a draw. The match is a draw, therefore, still NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Still the World Heavyweight Champion, officially a time limit draw. What a dramatic moment in sports, gentlemen, and what a program this has really been.
It certainly has. I think we have to, as I said, take our head off to the two gladiators that we just saw in the ring. What a tremendous matchup for Sting. He really, I think, his stock rose, no doubt about it. And Ric Flair, what can you say about him, Bob? 5-time champion of the world, barely hanging on to it.
Oh, and he sure did, Jim. And not only that, too, what a great afternoon of wrestling it's been. We got new World Tag Team Champions also, Tony.
Lex Luger and Barry Windham, NWA World Tag Team Champions. Also, as we said, fans, this week sometime, the NWA Board of Directors will meet to decide and review what happened just yesterday right here on Superstation TBS. And also, don't forget to join us next Sunday at 5:35, NWA Main Event Wrestling, each and every Sunday night right here on Superstation TBS. It's been a great program, and the reason it's been the great program it is because the NWA, we say it so many times, is the major league of professional wrestling. What you saw in the ring proved it time and time again, Jim.
We saw so many great matches. The Fantastics came that close to winning the United States Tag Team Championship. It won't be the only opportunity they'll have, no doubt about that. We saw Mike Rotunda retain the World's Television title. Kevin Sullivan, is he deranged? As deranged as anybody you've ever seen?
Gotta be.
Plus, ladies and gentlemen, that great match up there. And as Tony said, hopefully we'll be able to bring you fans a little bit about the press conference coming next week.
Fans, that's all from Greensboro. Thank you for joining us from the NWA Jim Crockett Promotions. We'll see you at the Superstation.